Here's the thing. Most people think an emergency fund means $1,000 in a savings account. That number came from a book written in the 1990s. It hasn't been updated since. Today, one car repair or one ER visit can blow past $1,000 in a single afternoon. If your safety net is $1,000, you don't have a safety net. You have a speed bump. Most people don't realize how close they are to financial trouble. Not because they're bad with money, because the target they were given was wrong from the start. By the end of this video, you'll know the real number you need. You'll know exactly how to hit it, even on a tight income. No spreadsheets you need a finance degree to understand. No advice that only works if you already have savings. Just a system that works from zero. I'm going to show you the math behind a real emergency fund, then I'll give you a step-by-step plan to build it fast. No trust fund required, no six-figure salary, just a system that works on a normal paycheck. We'll cover the number, the account, the automation, the mistakes to avoid, and what to do once you hit your first goal. Stick around for the math example near the end. It changes how you think about saving. Most people don't realize how fragile their finances actually are. According to the Federal Reserve's 2025 survey of household economics, 37% of U.S. adults couldn't cover a $400 emergency expense with cash. Read that again, not $1,000, $400. Here's the thing, an emergency fund isn't a luxury. It's the difference between a bad week and a bad decade. Without one, a broken transmission turns into a high-interest credit card balance. That balance turns into years of minimum payments. Emergency fund is just a term for cash set aside for unplanned expenses. Money you don't touch unless something actually breaks or someone actually gets hurt. Most financial advice stops at, quote, save $1,000. That's outdated advice for a $1,000 world. In 2026, the real starter target is closer to 1 month of essential expenses. For most people, that's $2,500 to $3,500. That number feels bigger. It should. Your bills are bigger than they were in 1995. Here's why this matters more than people admit. Debt from emergencies doesn't feel like debt at first. It feels like relief. You swipe the card, the problem goes away, and life moves on. The bill arrives later, quietly, with interest attached. Most people don't realize that's how emergency debt becomes permanent debt. Not one big mistake, a slow accumulation of small ones. An emergency fund breaks that cycle before it starts. It turns a crisis into an inconvenience. Let's build this in 6 steps. Step 1. Calculate your real number. Add up rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, and minimum debt payments. That total is your 1-month baseline. Don't include subscriptions or takeout. This fund covers survival, not lifestyle. Write this number down. Put it somewhere, you'll see it daily. A phone note works fine. Step 2. Open a separate account. Keep this money away from your checking account. Out of sight keeps it out of temptation. A high-yield savings account works well here. That's a savings account that pays a higher interest rate than a typical bank, usually found online. Here's the thing. Even 4% interest on $3,000 adds real money over a year. It's small, but it's not nothing. Step 3. Automate a fixed transfer. Most people don't realize automation beats willpower every time. Set up a transfer of $50 to $100 per paycheck the moment your paycheck lands. You never see the money, so you never miss it. If your income is irregular, automate a percentage instead of a flat number. Even 5% of each deposit adds up steadily. Step 4. Add windfalls on top. Tax refunds, birthday cash, work bonuses. Send half straight to the fund. Here's the thing. You won't miss money you never planned on spending. This step alone can cut months off your timeline. Most people underestimate how much windfall money passes through their hands each year. Step 5. Set a milestone, not just a goal. Break your target into checkpoints. $500, then $1, $500, then your full number. Most people don't realize small wins keep motivation alive better than one distant finish line. Celebrate hitting $500. It's proof the system works, even if the full goal feels far away. Step 6. Avoid the 3 mistakes that stall people out. Mistake 1. Keeping the fund in your checking account. It blends in with spending money and disappears fast. Mistake 2. Investing the fund for growth. Emergency money needs to be available immediately, not tied up in the market. Mistake 3. Treating any big purchase as an emergency. A vacation isn't an emergency. A concert ticket isn't an emergency. Keep the definition strict. Let's talk about the math, because the math is where this gets real. Say you save $100 per week. That's $433 per month. At that pace, a $5,000 emergency fund takes about 11.5 months to build. Compare that to waiting for a big enough paycheck to start. Most people who wait never start. Here's the thing. This fund isn't meant to grow through investing. It's meant to sit still and be ready. Trying to chase returns on emergency cash defeats the purpose. Emergency money's job is availability, not growth. Once you hit your 1-month number, you can grow the fund toward 3 months of expenses over time. But month 1 is the finish line that matters most right now. Let's stress test this. Say an unexpected $600 car repair hits in month 5. Without a fund, that goes on a credit card at 22% interest. Paid off slowly, it could cost you $700 or more over time. With a fund, you pay it in cash. No interest, no stress, no new debt. That's the entire point of this system. Most people don't realize the fund pays for itself the first time it's used. Not through growth, through avoidance. Avoiding debt is its own return. Now let's talk about what happens after month 1. Once your 1-month fund is full, don't stop the automation, just slow it down. Cut your weekly transfer in half and redirect the rest toward your next goal, whether that's debt payoff or investing. Keep growing the emergency fund in the background until it reaches 3 months of expenses. For most people, that's the real long-term target. Here's the thing. You don't need to choose between saving and paying off debt. You need an order of operations. Build the 1-month fund first. Then split your extra money between debt and the fund until you hit 3 months. That balance protects you from both directions. Let's recap. The old $1,000 rule is outdated. A real starter emergency fund covers 1 month of essential expenses. Calculate your real number. Open a separate account. Automate the transfer. Stack windfalls on top. Set milestones along the way. Avoid the 3 common mistakes. At $100 a week, most people can build a real emergency fund in under a year. And when the unexpected happens, and it will, you'll pay cash instead of adding debt. An emergency fund isn't about being rich, it's about being ready. The version of you 6 months from now is counting on the version of you today. What's your real 1-month number? Drop it in the comments. I want to see how close you are. If this helped, subscribe. New videos on building real financial security drop every week.